heaven. No order was needed. The ship was leaning. Abandon ship, was the order from Shackleton's lips. For 3 days we fought, but was it all for aught? Frank Wild ran about, yelling for everyone to get out. It's time to get off. There is no time to stop. You don't want to end up below the ice. Once you get in, you'll be trapped in its vice. The deck heaved, the pressure came up. Despite all the work, it wasn't enough. Give up, men, it's time to move. Grab the supplies, no time to lose. Scurry, men, time is of essence, no time for arguing. We are in the present. The noises were getting louder, and the ice was getting tighter. We must skip the lumber, up to the last number. Macklin and Wild worked fast, not until the finer lumber was pulled at last. Within the last hour, the ice pierced her hole. The men's voices quieted to a knoll. We settled in the camp with some men in awe. We stared at the ship with open jaws. We were cold and tired. The situation became dire. It would be a year until rescue was seen. Until then, Shackleton would take the lead. There would be no help for the crew. It was up to Shackleton to make the moves. We don't know what's coming. We don't know the truth. It won't be much longer until confusion ensues.
From the sentimental POV, that's point of view for those of you not skilled in linguistic artistry, down south is fame anew, the last great polar journey. You see, it's greater than there and back, to and fro, pull and go. Why, gentlemen, I declare a lack of imagination. Can you imagine nation? The Brits on top if you have my back. Who thee? No me! It ends with ton and it starts with shack. See, lads, it's come to my attention that our southern expedition, that's Mr. Scott's mission, came second best to the Amundsen rendition, to say nothing of Peary's American sedition. We never came close, our honor's in remission. So what is it that I propose? I've been there twice, as all of you knows. Third time's the charm, I hear the saying goes. Shackleton's at your command, so do you suppose. A trifle of money, ships, grease from elbows, will put Britain back on top of its foes? Now I know what you're thinking. The doctor's boy, who's every fiscal ploy, don't those all end up sinking? Taxis, whaling vessels, even buried treasure, going running after every coin clinking. My wife was raised a royal, and my princess needs a king. Shackleton's known for coming in clutch, as the French, fellow Brits, hell, even the Dutch. I'd say I'm calling it fresh and such would be a lie, I needn't its touch. I said it before, unless it crosses the continent, it isn't so much. And with that'll be my fortune, and it favors the bold. Like Chatour's book deals, with that I'll grow old. Motion pictures, why not? I'll brave a bit of cold. My name up in the newsstands, a hero worth a Shackleton of gold. Way on down, talking Southern Hemisphere. Word got round, the Brits are coming here. Bakewell and Blackburrow, that's William Lincoln and Pass. Lined up real quick to put some pounds in our purse. He got 8 years on me, a quite able seaman, but what they saw in me, an unable seaman. It stung, ow, getting wrung out, left me hung out, jaw dropped, standing still with my tongue out. What was I missing? 10 years, 3 stone, a bit of ass kissing? But that was it, unchosen. They made up their mind. I was frozen, life had slammed the door and its windows closing. It may have been true unchosen, but I took my chance, my path was chosen. They put me in the kitchen, even if I wasn't Bakewell. I was emergency ration, maybe it was so I'd bake well. I know I ain't cream of the crop, and next to green I look green. I ain't earnest like Ernest, or his hell of a team. I've no hand for prose, I'm not even worthy. To be frank, I'm less than wild, I wonder if I'm worthy. Well, I'm no Vincent, I'm not Burley. Ask me to snap a pick, I'd rather Hurley. I've no head for maths, I'm no orderly. Doctors Macklin, McElroy, I'm not even an orderly. If worse comes to worsely, and death thinks we cheat 'em, I know I'm first to go, packed and sent to meet 'em. Weeks and months in, they act like I'm one of the crew. Chin up, best foot forward, it's all that I can do. Black borrowed time, can't help but feel I'm posing. Welsh boy and able seaman, nothing special. Mr. Unchosen.
Willing to take risks, good-humored and calm, not a slight of disappointment, you're simple, no alarm. Your language is tight, a ship's surgeon at best. Unnecessary risks, come on Green Street, let's go make a mess. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? McLeod turned to me. The ship is going down. I quietly expressed my curiosity. Dr. Alexander McLean is his name. Wise, good temper, no rage to his fame. I hoped I could be such a simple man, educated, confident, with a surgical hand. Am I not satisfied of what I've become? A laborer, a poet, I have done my job, well done. Privately I dwell, expressing my life. Maybe a surgeon would be better for my wife.
Good evening, glad tidings. So nice of you to join me. Brigantine, green-hat sidings. Welcome to the Weddell Sea. South side, South Pole, eternal sunshine summer. Rip tide, whisper winds, pack ice pressure drummer. What you think you'll find, Mr. Ernest Shackleton? Doubloons, Deutschmarks, shekels by the Shackleton? No, sir, I do not think so. No, sir, I do not think so. I'd say get down and pray like it's the house of the Lord. Hope for Mother Nature's better nature, 'cause all your fool's gold can't afford more than a moment of peace, much less Mother Nature's accord. This is where man was not meant to come, by boat, by land, by river, or by fjord. Welcome now to my icy embrace. I put on airs for you, polar elegance grace. Chiffon frost or australis lace. Settle in for the night, take it slow. There's nowhere to race. 9 months in and you'll be born anew. After infinite night, rise from Mother Nature's womb. I'll be taking your ship, maybe your little dogs too. Take a step out on my ice, walk to Mother Nature's tomb. What you think you'll find, Mr. Ernest Shackleton? A little trip then homeward bound? I think you're mistaken, son. No, sir, I do not think so. No, sir, you'll regret you ever thought so.
Shackleton, I will not forgive you for this act. Mrs. Chippy is gone, you shot my cat. I've laid down my tired hands for you and the crew, building doors, fixtures, just to name a few. I am the oldest bloke on this ship, tired and strained, I refuse to take your shit. If it wasn't for me, this expedition would be a bust. Lifeboats, cofferdam, I've been ready, but no one I will trust. I have no obligations. Once the ship goes down, my feet are tired, it's cold on the ground. McNeish is my name, Shackleton is not my friend. I have salvaged timbers, built a slope with a little recognition in the end. Yes, I have an attitude. This much is true. I will not drag this boat for me or the crew. Shackleton, you want me shot, so do it now. I will not obey your orders. You're daft, no bollocks. I have gone afoul. You may think I'm absurd, my logic is weak, but who will build your boat saving this crew? It looks feeble and bleak.
I keep trying to be positive, but the cold is creeping in. It's an impossible task to be jolly and savor the good times. The bad times, less impossible, because they're staring right at us. The impenetrable darkness even has a face. It's really not all that bad. We find seals from time to time, an occasional penguin to be had. Every meal is one step closer to the promised land. Did I mention the dogs? They were eating too much blubber, taking away our reserves, so one by one they were shot. One by one they were lined up. A quick death was permitted. Nothing but the best for our dear friends. Why save me and not them? Yes, they were just dogs, but they did not sign up for this mess. They were chosen based on their abilities, their ability to withstand this grueling cold. But at least it wasn't all for naught. Each dog brought us another day, another week, another chance of survival. So we thank those dogs, our dear friends, for helping us almost reach the end. If only they could sense my gratitude as they wait in the great beyond. A deep emotional attachment is what Shackleton calls the dogs. For he does not understand that companionship is more important than all. Waiting, waiting, waiting. That's all Shackleton can write in his diary. Our optimism is slowly chipping away. A patience camp? What a joke. It sounds crueler and crueler as time passes. Patience is a virtue. Waiting for death is not. Waiting, waiting, waiting. We cannot wait any longer. Seal steaks and penguin meat will not suffice. Our patience is wearing thin, just like the floe upon which our camp rests. Patience camp? We long to never hear that name again, for Patience Camp has worn us down, worn us out. She flows along the ocean, with only the wind as her guide. We say go right, but she turns left. Her stubbornness has cost us greatly, for we are further than it may appear. Chances of rescue are slim, slimmer than the stomachs of all of our men. So the polar night hugs us tightly as the floe gives way to the brutal sea that lies underneath. 21 miles they have led us until they can lead us no more. Further into the darkness we go, hoping to find any remnants of home. Waiting, waiting, waiting.
Wooden barrels jaded in its frame, cracked dry, bloody lips is tainted with brackish remains. We ride the waves, framing the sea, my strength declines, stricken with a throat that's parched and pasty. Our men are withered, dried, and low-key. With a sharp sextant, I try to speak, but no gullet is croaky. The sea continues to weaken our bond. Our cask has leaked. The crew continues to stay calm. My temptation for thirst, demented and deranged, I feel it raging, but my desires for unity have remained. We will get through this cautiously and sound and sane for water, navigate my strength so that the crew does not drown.
To and fro on the floe went the Dudley Docker, dingy little dinghy without a place to docker. I'm a captain, or at least that's what the boss says. Suppose I always was just doing what the boss says. Out on the sea and we're heading for to Georgia. Gotta keep my head on straight, no mistakes, can't afford to slip up, mix up, trip up, or the gig's up. It's my job to keep it smooth and orderly. Karen and Marston are okay, but then there's frickin' orderly. 'Cause we row the boat, none too gently pick up steam. Not a one of us to marry when he won't play for the team. He keeps saying that he's seasick, but see, I'm sick of that trick. But when orderly takes up the stick, it's Ken who suffers. What a prick! He's weighing us down, wearing us down, ignoring me, sitting down, curled up, and he shuts down. If I'm being truly honest, I know I ain't cut out for this. From Europe to South America, 2,000 leagues of taking the piss. I feel the eyes on me, seeing me, not the boss. Going head to head against the wall, stumble back, take the loss. Good humor, that's the rumor about one Mr. Frank Worsley. Swear to God, this here sod is gonna bring out the worst in me.
We seem to have a plentiful supply. I don't see the fear in letting it slide. I've been giving orders, I've been told a bunch, and I think Shackleton will be mad. Maybe it's a hunch. I know we have to spread out the stores. We don't know if we'll get any more. I'm tempted by the thought, why can't I just do what I'm taught? I'm trying to do my best in this case. It wouldn't have happened if we were in this place. I'm also tempted to not do my share. Shackleton wants it to be fair. If I mess up one job, why can't I stop? First the food, and now doing my part. I don't know why I chose to embark. This journey has been so hard, I don't know where to start. I must put away my feelings, my temptation, my worries. I can't keep letting my emotions control. Getting home is my main goal. Hopefully, Shackleton can trust me more. Temptation is not something to store. While it might be tough to ignore, I must continue to move forward.
Have you ever had a desire, a selfish need for power, a feeling of want, something to crave? Your intentions are just, now you have to be brave. I will improvise, I have a mission, this is true. Would I make the crew do anything I wouldn't do? Loyalty, hard work to get us to our site. Heave ho, it is clear the crew is willing to fight. I will question my actions each day, status, honor, acceptance. Is this an ideal way? Are these desires, these actions worth risking the crew? It's clear that the men working so hard may get the flu. Build unity, understand the purpose of why we are here. I deserve to conquer the Arctic expedition. Haven't I made that commitment clear? Heave ho, we have a journey we cannot fail. Our ship is the Endurance and she must prevail. But I question my intentions of wealth and fame. Is this all worth putting others through pain? We have killed our beloved dogs, even Chippy the cat. Now our ship is sinking, we are all less fat. How can I distract the crew for what I truly desire? Longing, craving, this greed feels like fire. I will keep them busy, they mustn't have a clue. I will continue to drink this contaminated brew. I must keep them entertained, the crew will be fit, games, singing, and an occasional nightly skit. Heave ho, I must keep their spirits high. No food, small rations, but there is promise in the sky. I must change my ways before we get to the end. Status, fame, I will not pretend. My mission is clear, I've done this before. On the Nimrod, bitingly wind, it's never been a bore. Heave ho, through the thick ice and snow. Prop up the crew, we have a long way to go.
It infiltrates every room, every boat, every flow. It shrieks, it howls, it lets out the loudest roars. Silence succumbs to its grueling strength. It works against us at every turn. We go east, it goes west, never allowing us to accomplish our tasks. My dreams have been dashed. I merely want to direction the boat, lead it to a place filled with hope. But the wind is merciless. The wind knows no bounds, from the way it violently makes the ocean thrash, to the pushing of the floes farther from home. It brings us down to unforgettable levels. My fingers are numb, my shoes are done. There is nowhere to run, it follows. I have tried to fight with all of my might. I think I might just give up and die. It follows. I cannot steer the boat any longer. I fear my strength has faltered. It has taken every last shred of hope. It follows.
Nowhere to go. This cold is starting to affect our senses. This icy land with no straight directions. My name is Macklin, Dr. Macklin. I sailed on the Endurance as their physician. I was given surgeon duties. It wasn't until later I had become more worried. I was beginning to think my nemesis is cold. The wind is so frigid, I move like a mold. I'm despising this feeling of numbness around. Hopefully, we will soon be found. I was put in charge of the dogs that we brought. In the end, they had to be shot. This wouldn't have happened if it wasn't so cold. I wonder how many of us will lose our souls. The group split up and they left me to stay. I would tend to the mend, it was better this way. The cold is so evil, it's making us sick. It's honestly so horrible. Is this a trick? Nervousness has overtaken one of the men. One of them has a heart condition. When will this temperature start to rise? I can't help it, the men, if I just die. This cold is really starting to drive me insane. There is no sun, no warmth to crave. Lugborough has lost feeling in his toes. I had to amputate the foot. It had to go. I don't think I've hated something so strongly. I've been through it all, my college, the army. This cold is a nemesis that I can't forgive. This is not something I would like to relive.
"50 feet of rope, a carpenter's at ease to hold. Shackleton, Worsley, and Crean on one of the greatest feats that has been told. Turn around, we have to turn back. Sleep blowing and cloudy, the wind is not at our backs. Must we drop our sleeping bags here? I don't know, we have to travel light. Compass, binoculars, a small cooking pot, some matches with imminent death to fight. Wake up, wake up. We must not go to sleep. Dropping temperatures, devilish fog. Come on, we have already ascended 3,000 feet. Marching across the wild, hammering through mountainous terrain, absolutely buggered, with only 6 days of food that remain. Push on, push on. Stromness whaling station is in sight. Hair stringy, clothes tattered. Hell of an expedition, no time to give up this fight. Look, we scared the children. They are running away from us, unrecognizable, such a ragged state. The door swings open, welcoming, nothing to discuss.
Two times we have failed. 2 times that success has turned its back on us. This time, we will prevail. The ice, always the enemy, never a friend, thwarted us once again. 3 months we have searched, 3 months we have tried, 3 months of wondering if any of my men have died. Elephant Island is not the solace that we had hoped. It is merely purgatory, the middle of a tug-of-war between life and death. I hope life won at the end. The whalers have helped us time and time again. enduring the brutal wind that we have become accustomed to. We will try once more, and if we fail, we will try again. This voyage only ends if we have all of our friends. The third rescue is different, like successes in the air. Like this journey may finally come to an end, thanks to the Elcho, a boat that will lead us there. August 30th, a day I will not soon forget, for it is the day we returned and rescued all of our men.